Hello, that we're going to take a look at this 1950s photo album. Covers, looks like it's from 1950s. It's got a little wear to it. This belongs to my mom. She either took or had someone take all these photos with her camera. My mom is in a lot of these pictures. I'm going to narrate a little bit. She grew up in Annandale, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. During this time, in her very early 20s, she was working at the Pentagon as a secretary. I'm going to try to describe what I know and see. I hope you like it. So this is my mom here. Her name's Nancy. Back then it was Nancy Reed, Nancy Carol Reed. She went to Annandale High School. I believe she graduated 52, something like that. 50, yeah, 51 or 52. That's her best friend there. She's going to be in a lot of pictures. That's Rose. I can't remember her last name. My mom's lifelong friend, Rose. All right, so we're going to try to skip through these pretty quick. That's my mom in a bikini. That's Atlantic City, I believe. Atlantic Beach. She put some labels on here. Look at that rat rod. Have some military pictures. I guess some guys that she knew went into, looks like Army Air Corps, that guy. I love this guy here. That's her, I believe her boyfriend, I think his name's Jack. Yeah, his name's on the car. He was a race car driver. Had Harley Davidsons. My mom had a Harley Davidson. And my mom was actually a race car driver. She drove MG midgets and raced at Riverside Speedway in California. That's her car there. I think that's an MG. Not sure. Got some great car photos. She also belonged to a motorcycle club. I'm not sure who those kids are. That's my mom again in the middle. Looks like they're getting ready for a night on the town. Some more race car photos. Look at that car. Wow. Check out that ride. There's almost a little less than 300. That's my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandmother to the right. And my mom's German Shepherd dog. She loves shepherds. Here we are at the beach again. Now look at this photo. It's a little... they had the sun in the wrong spot. Harley Davidson Racing Team, Washington, D.C. That's awesome. Look at this guy. There's my mom and her boyfriend on their Harley in D.C. This one's in D.C. Look at these guys. I don't know if this is a prison photo or a military photo. Here's June. Talk about a tough chick on a Harley. I wouldn't mess with her. Couple pals having a cold one. June again. Not sure who this... Now this is probably one of my more favorite photos. Look at this guy. He looks like the lead singer for Judas Priest. Now here's a 5x7 wedding photo. I don't know who those people are. Atlantic City. I love how she spelled city. My mom was an educator and hated not spelling things right. Now talk about Muscle Beach. And Lucky's Health Center. That's a business card. And there's Lucky. Now these guys put those boys out in Muscle Beach, California to shame, I think. Probably doing this posing stuff before those guys were. Look at that. Whew, wow. These guys are talented. Jack LaLanne, eat your heart out. Amazing. There's my mom. That's a cool little photo. Anybody want to go for a 3-hour tour? Look at that. That could be Hollywood. Look at this photo here. There's my mom, and I'm not sure who that guy is. Wow. She could have been in pictures. Probably should have been. Look at that shot there. Some great photos. Boy, they really had fun. Now, these are all time dated. These are all stamped. All original. Woo! September 1955. So, all these are 1955, I think. And this is stuff my mom did in 1955. Wow. Good for her. She went fishing, caught a bunch of croaker. My mom was an avid fisherman. We lived in Virginia Beach on the back of Rudy Inlet, and she would go out in her John boat and crab all day. Come back to the house with a half a bushel of crabs and have a crab picking party. A lot of fun. Doesn't seem to be chronological. We went from bouncing around a little bit. Now we're in this is 56 January. This is a little bit of snow. This is probably Annandale, Virginia. My grandfather had about, I think, 9 acres. He gave my mom and her sister 3 acres each on either side of his house. My sister built a house, got married, and raised a single child. My mom sold hers in the early 70s when she lived in California, and bought a Dodge Charger with a police interceptor motor. She raced those midgets at Riverside for probably 7 or 8 years. My father, who she met, looks like in Northern Virginia, and then they moved to California. He also raced, but she beat him. He didn't like that. I don't know most of these people. That's Jack, that's her boyfriend. I'm getting to know him from these photos. Really cool cars. All my love, Jack. Here's Jack, looks like he's working on his race car. Looks like he knows what he's doing, I wouldn't. There he is with my mom, kicking it. Now she's starting to label some photos. As you can see, my mom made this album. She glued all the tabs on, and it's very well constructed. Bunch of children photos. I love this one here. I don't know if it's overexposed or if that's color. That might be color. Now this is in California. We're in looks like October 56. I don't know those people in that photo. She met my dad right about this time. No, she met him, I think, right around 60 or 61. She went by Chris or Christy. Here's my mom with some little girl in a car. She loved that car, obviously. My dad was a tennis pro, gold miner, engineer for one of those aerospace companies, and a musician. He's not in any of these photos. This is before him. She's labeled Avila Beach, I guess. I think that's her friend, June. I knew June pretty well. Now she's coming out west. This must be a drive across country. Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico. Look at the stagecoach. Awesome. These ghost towns have disappeared. New Mexico, Albuquerque. I was in Albuquerque in the Air Force. Arizona. Grand Canyon. My mom was had a big interest in Indians, American Indians, of course. Collected, and we made Indian crafts as children. She had jewelry, all kinds of good Indian stuff. A lot of Grand Canyon. We're getting close to the end here. Hoover Dam. Back then, the Hoover Dam was rather new, I think. And how about Disneyland? October 56. I remember going to Disneyland back in the day. San Francisco. A bad picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Hollywood. Seal Rock out at the beach there. She also liked horses. Mom liked to go fast. She didn't like if I went fast and she was in the car. Grand Sequoia National Park. Yosemite. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Very cool photo album. I hope you win the auction and enjoy these photographs. I didn't get to see the photographs till after my mom passed away. Thank you. Some duct tape on the back cover.